Hello. Today I wanted to give my personal analysis on the game The Binding of Isaac Rebirth that hit the Xbox Live Arcade 2 weeks ago. And I have to say the story of this game is remarkable in the sense that it can be massively interpreted in different ways. Such like a lot of my favorite films and other games that I have enjoyed in my life all have the similar theme of being able to be interpreted in the way you want to interpret it, such as Donnie Darko and A Clockwork Orange. This is not a review on the game itself, but obviously the game is really well made, including its gameplay. This is my personal analysis and what I came out of with The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I also wanted to thank my friend who helped me. Well, he showed me the game and, well, is also one of the people that discussed it with me. He's got a lot of more time into this game with me, and we both discussed it and talked about it. And for those who don't know, The Binding of Isaac centers on a boy named Isaac, who descends into his basement to escape his murderous mother, who has been apparently told by God to, well, kill her son, much like the Bible story with Isaac, which the big theme of this game is religious parallels, and one of the common ways to interpret this game as, you know, a bash on religion, but I don't see it as that. Another really well-made video is the game theory's synopsis on this game, but I mean, that's a solid theory in its own right, but I mean, I like to think this game's more you see what you want to see with it. What I feel The Binding of Isaac about is a center theme about fear and fear itself. What do you mean by that? You'd probably say is fear. The fear is like a common thing in this game. Look at right now. Even the visual aesthetics are all about horror and the unknown. And I feel that's what a lot of this is. Again, this game is from a child's perspective. The world doesn't make sense to him yet. He hasn't had time to, you know, grow up, basically. And being forced into this hellish situation in his own mind, which is a point I believe this is all in his mind, obviously, but it's just the way he's interpreting things from a child's point of view. Yeah, it is official in the story that Isaac's father is gone for unknown reasons, either left for Isaac's mother or is dead. And that greatly affects Isaac himself, and Isaac's lost. Isaac's a very smart kid in the fact that he's enjoys the creative arts, he's loves drawing, playing, but in a sense, he has a rich, well, like, personal feelings and stuff, but his peers are not so. When I mean this game is about fear, there's always something in this game that at least somebody is afraid of. The imagery itself is all about, I feel, fear. The fear of being lost in somewhere you don't understand. The fear of something as simple as monsters. The fear of God. The fear of death, represented by Blue Baby in my view, is that Blue Baby represents thoughts that Isaac's dead. If he died, this is what he would look like to himself. Cold, lifeless. It's a child's way to perceive death, and the concept is, even for adults, just horrifying and not really wanting to be discussed. It's something that influences our lives every day, yet is considered, well, scary to everyone. We have a mutual consent to fear it. Isaac's afraid of it as well. And he's afraid of God. He's afraid of the unknown. This game is about the unknown in my mind, and fear. That's why Isaac's mother and stuff, he's pressured with religion, but in his eyes, he's afraid. He sees himself as a sinner, as represented by most of the characters. All are sinners, with hardly any redeeming qualities. Isaac feels he doesn't have any redeeming qualities himself. And it's kind of a sad concept to think about. No person should be in a place where they feel they have nothing to live for, or stand for, or contribute to anybody. Look at just some of the enemies who they fight. Demons, even angels, something everyone assumes with good, but not Isaac. Isaac is afraid of angels. I don't think I've met anyone else who's afraid of angels. Sorry for the game pausing, by the way. I'm using Xbox thing, and you have to switch in between every 5 minutes. Let's just... And this is not my best Isaac run. I am in no means a good Isaac player. I just really enjoy the story. That cutscene really goes with what we were talking about. The fact that Isaac, you know, his peers, it's understandable. I mean, it's like a relatable fear. If you've ever moved to a new school, I can only imagine the feeling of just being humiliated, laughed at. It's gotta be one of the most horrible feelings. And being laughed at by the people who you're supposed to agree with can make you feel isolated. I assume it can make you feel like something's wrong with yourself. And that's where Isaac's at in his life. He feels something's wrong with himself. It's kind of a whole thing in the game. Does Isaac need to change, or does the world need to change around Isaac? That's really up for what you think. You think Isaac's in the right or in the wrong? You think Isaac can find redemption for himself? I think he can. That's my opinion. This game isn't... The rabbit hole for this game is only as deep as Isaac lets it go. Isaac reaches an end. There's always a conclusion to the story. You may go deeper and deeper, but there's an end. Isaac will fight towards that end. He will fight to save himself. A strong theme of Isaac is death, in different ways. Such as some of the creatures I believe we'll encounter this floor, hanged men. Do you believe Isaac's at the age where he even considered the concept of suicide? Maybe Isaac's father committed suicide. We don't know. But that image of someone hanging there dead is clearly something Isaac fears. And Isaac's young, so it can only assume that it's something that happened. I don't know the real truth behind Isaac's father, but obviously that's a huge part of it, is Isaac's parents. Isaac's mother must be hurt too, if you really think about it. She's looking in God for redemption. She's willing to follow him no matter what the circumstance. Which really, can you call Isaac's mother evil? I don't remember the philosopher, but she talked about how one of the Nazi people who did horrible things, he was he did shitty, horrible things, but she said the worst evil someone can have is blind loyalty. Whether you can take that as blind loyalty to God is bad, but Isaac's mother is just completely obligated to what she believes in. If you want to call that evil or not, it's up to you. I know, second guessing what you've been told will not lead to anywhere good for anyone. I'm a little off track for Isaac, but I think I've gave it the point. This game is one of the most well-made games in the fact you can interpret it, and definitely one of my favorite games on Xbox One so far. I'm really looking forward to all the games coming out this year, which I'll talk about later. The next video I'm going to be uploading is my top 5 favorite games on the One, and definitely expect to see Isaac on it. That's basically what's up. I definitely recommend buying this game. It's only $15, not much memory on your One, if that's a problem for you. It's just a game I love, and I'm gonna get more into as I keep playing. Then the next thing, as I said, will be my top 5 favorite games on the One, and when they do backwards compatibility, top 10 favorite games of all time, which I already have that in mind. I really hope you enjoyed this Binding of Isaac video, and I really hope at least this may have given you your own idea, or maybe changed your idea of what you interpret this game as. I mean, it doesn't really matter how you interpret it. If you want to just simply kill big monsters and look for gold and shit, then hey, this game's got you covered. I highly recommend like and subscribe and all that jazz. I'll see you later. I'm also apologize for how shitty this Isaac run was. I got a carry item though, so that's G. Have a good one.